Before America had a flag, before it had a name, there was one place where ordinary people decided fear would no longer rule them. That place was Massachusetts. This is not just a state. This is where America learned how to say no. Imagine a cold colonial morning. Wooden houses, dirt roads, church bells in the distance. No freedom of speech. No freedom to choose leaders. No freedom to say this isn't right. Every decision was made across an ocean, by a king who would never walk their streets. British soldiers lived in people's homes. Taxes were raised without consent. Goods were seized. Voices were silenced. And the people were told one thing: obey or suffer. But something dangerous began growing in Massachusetts. Not weapons, not armies. Courage. Courage passed in whispers, in taverns, in churches, in homes lit by candlelight. Then one night in Boston Harbor, men disguised themselves not to hide in shame, but to make a statement history would never forget. They boarded British ships and dumped chests of tea into the water. That tea wasn't about drink. It was about dignity. It said, "You don't control us anymore." Britain was furious. Punishments followed. Ports were closed. Troops marched in. This was no longer protest. This was pressure before a storm. Then came Lexington and Concord. British soldiers were sent to seize weapons. But the people were ready. A single shot rang out. No one knows who fired it first. But everyone knew what it meant. That sound was the birth cry of a nation. Farmers became fighters. Neighbors became defenders. Men stood knowing they could die, and still chose to stand. Not for glory, not for power, but so their children wouldn't bow. Every freedom you know, to speak, to worship, to dream without permission, can trace its roots back to this soil. Massachusetts didn't just start a war. It started an idea that ordinary people matter, that courage can be louder than kings, that freedom always has a cost, and someone must be brave enough to pay it first. Massachusetts was first, and the world has never been the same since. This wasn't just history. This was the moment fear lost, and freedom answered back.